Hello, boys and girls of grade 5, and welcome to another English language lesson. I'm your teacher, Miss Melissa, and today we'll be continuing our topic, nouns. However, in this lesson, we will specifically be looking at possessive nouns. Now, what comes to mind when you hear the word possessive? Yes, I'm sure you're thinking ownership. So, a noun, as we looked at in our last lesson, is a place, person, animal, idea, or concept. Nouns, however, become possessive once they are changed to show ownership. Therefore, possessive nouns show ownership or possession. Let's turn our attention here to Janet. Look at her. She has recently bought herself a new car. There are several ways we can say that Janet owns this car. For example, we might say, the car belongs to Janet, or Janet is the owner of this car, or simply we can say Janet's car. Janet's is the possessive noun, while car is the object of possession. Let's now look at Sam. He was given that bat as a birthday gift. So we know that he owns the bat. Using a possessive noun, we can say Sam's bat. Sam's is the possessive noun, while bat is the object of possession. As we can see from the examples with Janet and Sam, an apostrophe is used to show ownership. Thus, a possessive noun always contains an apostrophe on the owner's name. So, how do we form possessive nouns? Let's look at some of those rules. To make a singular noun possessive, an apostrophe and S is placed on the noun, as we commonly call it, apostrophe S. So, the damsel's dress will be spelled D-A-M-S-E-L apostrophe S, since damsel only refers to one female. Additionally, if we want to show that Sally, one person, is the owner of a textbook, we can say Sally's textbook. We add apostrophe S to the owner, who is Sally. Our new phrase would read, Sally's textbook. Sally's being spelled capital S-A-L-L-Y apostrophe S. Another example would be the boy's arm. One boy, B-O-Y apostrophe S. Or the head teacher's records. One head teacher, H-E-A-D-T-E-A-C-H-E-R apostrophe S. But what if our nouns are plural? If the noun is a plural noun ending in S, an apostrophe is placed after the S to form the possessive noun. So we would add S apostrophe. So let's say we have damsels, more than one young lady. We must spell the damsel's dresses as DAMSELS apostrophe. If we speak of the boy's arms and we're referring to about a dozen boys, we spell boys BOYS apostrophe. Or if we're referring to the pupils' workbooks, we spell pupils as PUPILS apostrophe. We have learned 2 rules so far. But what if our plural form of the noun is not a regular form, but an irregular one? This is what we do. To make plural nouns that do not end in S possessive, you add apostrophe S. For example, men's is spelled in its possessive form MEN apostrophe S. Children's in its possessive form is spelled CHILDREN apostrophe S. Also, firemen's is spelled FIREMEN apostrophe S. If we want to say the sheep's fleece, and we're referring to more than one sheep, sheep's is spelled SHEEP apostrophe S. Further, for names of persons ending in S, you add an apostrophe to the S. So, if we have the name James, which is spelled capital JAMES, and we want to say James's shoes, we spell James's as JAMES apostrophe. Also, if we want to say Jesus' crucifixion, Jesus's is spelled capital JESUS apostrophe. If we have the name Travis or Williams, Moses, Chris or Jess, we follow the similar rule. Finally, if we encounter compound nouns, they show possession by adding the apostrophe after the last word. So sister-in-laws in its possessive form would be spelled SISTERINLAW apostrophe S. Or stepsons would be spelled STEPSON apostrophe S. Now, as the local term says, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Let's try to apply our knowledge to see if we understand possessive nouns. In this exercise, we will write the nouns correctly in their possessive form. Our noun in bracket is Emily. The sentence is, Sarah is something's aunt. How do we write the possessive form of Emily? Yes, you're right on track. Emily is a singular noun, and therefore, to make it possessive, we must simply add apostrophe S. So, the spelling of that noun in its possessive form is capital EMILY apostrophe S. Sarah is Emily's aunt. Let's try another. Our noun here is Charles. The sentence reads, something CD player is new. How do we write the possessive form of Charles? Yes, simply add apostrophe because this name ends in S. So our spelling should be capital Charles apostrophe. Charles's CD player is new. Let's continue to apply our knowledge by choosing the correct answer from the listed options. Number 1. Which sentence is correct? A, B, or C? Remember to zoom in on the spelling of the owner. Very good job. The correct answer is A. That's Bob's, capital B-O-B apostrophe S, car, since the owner of the car is Bob. Let's look at number 2. Which sentence is correct? Are you going to Dan and Susie's party? A, B, or C? There are 2 owners here in this sentence. I hope you weren't tricked. Boys and girls, when there are 2 owners, we only add apostrophe S or S apostrophe to the last name. So the correct sentence is A. Are you going to Dan and Susie's party? Let's try another. Complete this sentence. That's not my bag. It's my brother's. Which is the correct spelling of brothers? A, B, or C? Good job. C, one brother. So we simply add apostrophe S to the noun. And lastly, which sentence is best? Do you have the newspaper of yesterday? A, B, or C? are getting the hang of it. The correct answer is definitely B. Do you have yesterday's newspaper? We simply add apostrophe S to the word yesterday. So boys and girls, let's review today's lesson. Remember, possessive nouns are nouns that show ownership. The apostrophe is used to show ownership in these nouns. To show ownership of singular nouns, add apostrophe S. For example, ladies, L-A-D-Y apostrophe S. Or, to show possession of plural nouns that end in S, add S apostrophe. For example, ladies, L-A-D-I-E-S apostrophe. Further, to show possession of plural nouns that do not end in S, add apostrophe S. For example, women's, W-O-M-E-N apostrophe S. For names ending in S, just add an apostrophe. For example, Jess, capital J-E-S-S apostrophe. That brings us to the end of another great lesson. I hope it is now crystal clear on how to form possessive nouns. For further practice exercises, be sure to check your new Junior English Revise and Fun with Language Book 5 in order to apply what you have learned. So boys and girls, revise the topics done so far in order to commit to memory what you have learned. We cannot just wish for these good grades. We need to work for it. So until our next lesson, I'm your English teacher, Miss Melissa, saying goodbye for now.